Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. Have you ever seen those round chargers at the Dollar Tree? They're usually in the section where all the kitchen dishes are. You put them underneath your dish on your table to add a little bit of decoration, color, and interest. Today I thought, you know what? Let's try a couple of those chargers and make some fall decor using those Dollar Tree chargers. Why don't I just get started and I'll show you what I made. The charger that I'm going to be using today is this gold one, and I'm also going to be using these bamboo fork and spoon. I have some fall floral picks that I'm going to use, this yellow and green ribbon along with this wall decor, some acrylic paint in orange and tan, and of course my regular crafting utensils to create this project today. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this light brown color and I'm going to paint that all over that gold charger. I'm going to get a nice really good thick coat on there. Once it's all on there, I'm just going to let that dry. Once it's dry, I'm just going to take a piece of sandpaper or a block and I'm just going to distress it a little bit, revealing that gold underneath. And once I'm happy with that distressed look, I'm going to take some Mod Podge, and this is just a matte Mod Podge that I'm using, and I'm going to lay that all over the surface and then on the sides as well. I'm getting a nice coat on there, and then once it dries, it's going to seal that perfectly. And for the fork and spoon, I'm taking a little bit of that orange color with a little bit of the tan color, mixing it together, and then I'm going to paint the front sides and the sides of the fork and spoon. Let that dry, and then I'm just going to take a dark brown color, just put it out just a little bit. I don't need too much here. And then I'm going to dry brush on some distressed looks for this. So I'm using a very small amount of paint. My paint strokes are very, very fast just to get that distressed look on there. And I'm going to do the exact same thing to the spoon. Get that all nice and distressed looking. Once that's all dry, I'm going to come back with that sandpaper block and I'm just going to sand away, even really distressing it a little bit more, exposing some of that wood underneath. And then of course this kind of dilutes the color as well, tones it down just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to cut them at the 11-inch mark. So I have the green ribbon and I also have the yellow ribbon. So I'm going to cut both of those at the 11-inch mark. And I'm going to do like a faux bow for this. So again, I'm going to cut 3 pieces at 11 inches for the green, 3 pieces cut for 11 inches at the yellow. So it's a total of 6 pieces cut at 11 inches. Once my cuts are all done, I'm just going to fold them in half. I'm not going to press the middle down. And I'm going to use my stapler for this. You can use hot glue if you want. I do love using the stapler for this so I don't burn my fingers. And you get a little teardrop shape. And I'm going to do that for all of the 6 pieces of ribbon. Do the exact same method, stapling them right at the end so I have a teardrop shape. Now I'm going to get all my supplies together. I'm going to figure out where I'm going to glue down that fork and spoon. For me, I wanted them on a little bit of an angle. So once I get that all done and figured out, I'm going to add that hot glue on there, hold it in place for a little bit, make sure it's nice and secure, and just let that glue dry. Once that's done, I'm going to start adding in my ribbon. And I'm just doing this in kind of like a star shape. So this is kind of like a faux bow. So we don't really have to make a bow here. I'm just gluing those pieces on there. I'm alternating between the green and the yellow, kind of moving it as I go, making sure it looks good, and I'm happy with that. And I just keep adding the glue, keep adding those ribbons on there. And of course, the final step is adding that wall decor on there with a little bit of hot glue. Hold it down in place for a bit, and here is our final result of our DIY number 1 using the Dollar Tree charger plates. I loved how the gold matches or comes through that paint as well. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and the colors are great for fall. You can use this for fall right into Thanksgiving as well. You can put it on one of those plate holders, throw it up in your kitchen, and boom, you have a great little decor for your counter. Our second DIY, we're going to use this wood kind of looking charger along with these floral picks and some pumpkin clips that I found. and this little wooden home sign along with my regular crafting utensils to create this project. This project, really easy, really simple. I loved working with this. I found this charger and this wooden home sign and I thought this is a great way to do a neutral kind of pastel-y, is that a word? Pastel-y? Oh, the little pastel color floral picks, if you will, a little bit muted. And I'm just going to take those clips off of those pumpkins. And then I'm just going to kind of lay out how I want it to go. So for all of this, I just wanted it to be kind of on the right-hand side. So I'm laying down those pumpkins, I'm gluing as I go, and then I'm going to add those leaves as a background. And I just loved how this all came together, and I hope you do as well. It's a really quick, really easy DIY. I had so much fun making it. I didn't want it to end. And here is our final result. Our charger, we didn't even touch. We used it as is, the home sign as well. And then, of course, just gluing on those pumpkins and those leaves as well to create our second Dollar Tree charger fall decor item. Our third one, we're going to use this silver one. This is just a plain charger along with some fabric. This fall themed floral pick, these scarecrow picks as well. I'm going to use some leftover deco mesh. This is just Dollar Tree deco mesh that I had lying around, some Mod Podge, and of course my regular crafting utensils to create this project today. Starting off, I'm just going to take my charger and my Mod Podge and I'm going to give a good layer of Mod Podge. So this was really a nice thick layer. I made sure to get in all those crevices and I just added on so much. And then I'm going to lay down my fabric just right on top of it and make sure the fabric goes right into those creases and the crevices. Now, I didn't iron my fabric. I kind of figured out as I put it on, so it was a little bit too late to take it off, but I would suggest ironing beforehand. I'm going to chop off the excess just a little bit, and then I'm going to place another really nice thick layer of Mod Podge all the way around up top. I'm going to let that dry, and then once it's dry, I come back and I cut the excess of that fabric off. Once it's completely dry, then I can cut that excess off. And I'm going to be cutting my deco mesh here at the 10-inch mark. I am only cutting 6 pieces of the deco mesh, so you don't need a lot. I am using the Dollar Tree. It's 6 inches by 5 yards of the deco mesh, and I'm cutting the 6 pieces at 10 inches. I'm not filling the plate. I just want a little accent of that deco mesh, and that is what I'm going to be doing. So all I'm doing is I'm rolling up the deco mesh here, and instead of putting it right at the middle in between my fingers, I'm going to put it right at the very end. So all I'm doing is I'm grabbing that end after I roll it up, placing it in between my peace sign fingers, and then I'm just going to hold it in place until I've got 3 in my fingers. Take that little pipe cleaner that's cut in half and then wrap it around the bottom portion of their little bundle. And I'm going to get rid of the excess because we're going to actually be gluing these onto our charger and we're not going to be using those pipe cleaner stems. So again, I'm making my second one the exact same way, just rolling it up into a little tube, grabbing it right at the very end in between my fingers, grabbing that pipe cleaner, twisting it around the bottom, and then cutting off the excess. And once I have that all done, I'm going to gather up all my supplies and I'm going to start creating our third Dollar Tree fall decor using the Dollar Tree charger. Here I'm just getting ready my floral picks and my scarecrow, just cutting off what I don't need at the stems or that wooden stake. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of place where I want that deco mesh. Once I'm happy with it and kind of get an idea of where I want to go, I just take my hot glue gun and I'm going to glue down those 2 pieces, those 2 bundles, I should say, sorry, of deco mesh. Just get them right on there. And then I'm going to add our little scarecrow right in the center. Once I'm happy with all that, I'm just going to take my hot glue gun again and I'm going to start gluing down those floral picks as well. These are just kind of a yellowy brown and orangey brown florals. They're leaves. I just love it with little berries, and they're great to take apart and use on a project like this. Adding those berries in last for our finishing touches, and our little scarecrow plaid fall decor is all set and ready to go. Look at him just sitting there smiling away at us. I will have to say, this DIY totally made me smile with that scarecrow with the plaid background. I just loved doing this, and I hope you loved watching it as well. Here's our first DIY again with that gold charger plate. A little bit rustic, a little bit worn out, which I absolutely love, and that wooden decor right in the center with that maple leaf. Here's our second one, a nice, quick, easy DIY to do. I think I completed this in maybe 10 minutes. It was great, and the outcome just beautiful. And we just saw our little scarecrow friend here smiling away, saying, "Happy fall, y'all." I hope you enjoyed today's DIY with the Dollar Tree chargers. I know I had a lot of fun. Here's some bloopers. Why don't we try making some, you could use do something with, I don't know. Oh, David. Thank you so much for joining me today while I created these 3 Dollar Tree charger fall DIYs. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.